Dissolving a New York LLC isn't as simple as closing your doors and walking away. Without following the proper legal procedures, you could face ongoing tax obligations, penalties, and potential legal liabilities. Today, we're breaking down the complete step-by-step process to properly dissolve your LLC in New York State. The dissolution process begins with a formal vote or written consent from LLC members. This decision should follow the rules outlined in your operating agreement. If your agreement doesn't specify dissolution procedures, you'll need to follow New York State law, which typically requires majority approval. Document this decision in your meeting minutes or on a formal consent form. Once the dissolution is approved, your LLC enters the winding up phase. During this period, your business continues to exist solely to wrap up its affairs. This includes settling legal disputes, disposing of company property, paying off debts, and eventually distributing remaining assets to members. Notification is a critical early step. You must inform employees and pay any outstanding wages or benefits. Contact all creditors, vendors, suppliers, and service providers to settle accounts or establish payment plans. Don't forget to notify landlords, insurance carriers, and other third parties with whom you have ongoing relationships. Before distributing any assets to owners, all current and pending claims against the company must be addressed. This includes settling debts and resolving any legal matters. Once claims are settled, remaining assets can be distributed to members proportionally based on their ownership stake in the company. Tax filings are mandatory before completing dissolution, even if your business reported no revenue. When filing your final returns, be sure to check the box marked Final. After filing, you'll receive dissolution consent from the New York Department of Taxation and Finance in approximately 2 weeks, though this may take longer if there are unresolved franchise tax issues. You must also cancel all business licenses, permits, and registrations associated with your LLC. This includes local permits, state licenses, and federal registrations. Contact each issuing agency directly to complete the necessary cancellation forms. Failing to cancel these documents could result in ongoing obligations or renewal fees. Once all debts are paid and assets distributed, close your business bank accounts to prevent unauthorized transactions. While your employer identification number will never be reassigned, notify the IRS in writing that your LLC is no longer operating and the EIN is no longer in use. Filing articles of dissolution with the New York Department of State officially informs the state of your business closure. These articles should include your LLC's name, organization date, and the reason for dissolution. The filing fee is $60, with an additional $25 for expedited processing. Once processed, your business name becomes available for use by others. Although tax clearance isn't required in New York, the Department of Taxation and Finance recommends filing final business tax returns, final quarterly withholding for businesses with employees, and final sales tax returns for those selling goods. If your LLC is registered to do business in other states, you must file termination forms in each of those jurisdictions. These might be called certificates of termination, surrender of right to transact business, or similar titles. Skipping this step means continuing to incur minimum business taxes and annual report fees in those states. Notify the IRS of your dissolution by sending a letter with your business name, EIN, and reason for closure. Include a copy of your final federal tax return with the final return box checked. If you had employees, submit final employment tax returns and deposit any remaining payroll taxes. For businesses that collected sales tax, ensure your final New York State sales tax return is filed and the account properly closed. Be aware that your LLC can be involuntarily dissolved if you fail to file or pay state taxes for 2 or more consecutive years. However, this doesn't eliminate your tax obligations, and you may accumulate additional taxes during the process. If your LLC was involuntarily dissolved, you can reinstate it by submitting past due documents, paying penalties and fees, and filing a certificate of reinstatement. However, if your goal is permanent closure, proactive dissolution is the better approach. Avoid common dissolution mistakes like skipping the formal vote, failing to notify creditors, ignoring tax filings, overlooking out-of-state registrations, or not maintaining proper records of the dissolution process. Properly dissolving your New York LLC protects you from ongoing liabilities and obligations. While you can complete this process without legal assistance, consulting with a business attorney can help ensure compliance with all requirements, especially for complex businesses with multiple members or significant outstanding obligations. By following these steps carefully, you can close your business chapter cleanly and move forward with confidence.